Today we are going to start with bryophytes. Here we'll discuss some of the important characteristics of bryophytes. Okay. So bryophyte is divided into liverwort and mosses. So this Mercantia is an example of liverwort and this Veneria is an example of moss. Okay. When we talk about the general characteristics of bryophytes, they are called amphibians of the plant kingdom. They are called what? Amphibians of the plant kingdom. They are called amphibians because they grow on land, but to complete the sexual cycle there is a need for water. So land and water both are required in their life cycle, so they are called as amphibians of the plant kingdom. Now plant body is not differentiated. Okay, the plant body is not properly differentiated, but it is differentiated to a certain extent as compared to the algae. You will see thallus-like, leaf-like structure, but they will not be exact leaf. Okay, true leaves or true roots or true thallus. Okay, when we talk about the thallus-like structure can be erect, as you can see here, or it can be prostrate. Okay, it can be like this. Now they are having some root like structures which are called rhizoids, which will help them to attach to the substratum. Okay, so these you can see here, these are what? These are rhizoids. Okay, they are they can be unicellular or multicellular both, and they are called rhizoids. They are not true roots, but they are root like structure. They will help what? See, suppose this is the substratum, this is the rock on which, okay, this is the rocky surface and this is the Mercantia. So this rhizoids will help in the attachment with this substratum. Okay. Now when we talk about the root, stem and leaves, we will have a root like structure, that is rhizoid. Stem like structure, you can say that this is the seta, and leaf like structure, but will not have true stem, true root or true leaves. Okay. The main plant body when we talk about bryophytes is haploid. The main plant body is haploid. When we will talk about pteridophytes, we will come to know that the main plant body there is diploid, but when we talk about bryophytes, the main plant body is haploid. Okay, and it will produce what? It is the gametophytic body. Because it will produce what? Gametes. So generally we will say that the gamete produced will be haploid in nature. Now when they will be haploid in nature, and how the next plant body will be formed? The main plant body here is gametophyte. Okay, this I will explain later. Now when we talk about the sexual reproduction, okay, we will see that basic structures are present which will help in the sexual reproduction. So here you can see the flower like structure. Okay, so this is what? This is the archegoniophore or anthridiophore. Okay, when we talk about anthridiophore, it is the male sex structure and archegoniophore is the female structure. The anthridiophore or the anthridium will produce what? Anthrozoids. It will be the biflagellate anthrozoids. Okay, the male gamete. And anthrozoids will be biflagellate and these are what? These are the male cells. Okay, and will have what will have archegonium, which will be the female cell. Okay, now these will unite, these anthrazoids, okay, the male cell will move in the water, okay, and it will reach the archegonium or the archegoniophore, and it will fertilize the egg there. Okay, so both of them are haploid, like antherozoid, that is haploid, plus egg from archegonium, that is haploid, and the zygote will be formed, that is diploid. Okay, now what we saw here that the main plant body is haploid, but here when the zygote is formed, it is what? It is diploid. So this diploid stage in the life cycle of bryophyte is called the sporophyte. Now what will happen? Now meiosis will occur here, that is the reduction division. And there will be the formation of spores. These are haploid because reduction division occurs, and now they will again form the gametophyte plant body. That is the main plant body of bryophytes. Okay, see, when we talk about Funaria, here you can see both the stages. This is the sporophyte stage and this is the gametophyte. Now what do you understand by main plant body? Okay, main plant body of bryophyte is haploid, that means all the nourishment on all the work which will be done for the living of that bryophyte will be done by the gametophytic plant body. Okay, so this here you can see the leaf, rhizoids, okay, so they will prepare food and all that. So this is the main plant body, this is the dominant stage, other is the gametophyte. Now this is the sporophyte stage, and you can see here this is dependent on the gametophytic stage. Okay, so gametophytic stage is free living here, so we say that the main plant body in the bryophyte is haploid. Okay, so this will occur here. You have to remember here, after the formation of zygote there will be the meiosis that will help in the production of spores, which will be haploid, and after they germinate they will form the main plant body of the bryophyte, that is the gametophyte. And as water is required for the transfer of anthrazoids to the archegonium or the archegoniophore, that is the egg, we call that as amphibians. Okay, now the uses, when we talk about the, you will study both two types of bryophyte, that is liverworts and mosses. So this Mercantia is an example of liverwort, and this Funaria is an example of moss. So in Mercantia you can see that this is the thallus like structure, you can call this as thallus. These are the rhizoids, this is the sex organ, it can be archegoniophore or anthridiophore. And here you have to keep in mind, these are the small asexual buds, and they are called gamic cup, which will help in the asexually reproducing Mercantia to the other. Okay, now here in Funaria you can see both the stages. This is the sporophytic stage, this is the gametophytic stage, and spores will be produced here, which will be first zygote will be produced, then from zygote the spore will come, sporophyte will come, the spores will be produced by meiosis, and then they will be shedded, and after germination on the ground they will form the gametophytic stage. Okay, that is the gametophyte, the main plant body. So in liverworts you will see Gemacappa there, okay, which will help in the asexual reproduction. Now when we talk about the mosses, two particular stages are there, that is the one is the creepy stage, okay, that is the filamentous creepy stage, that is the protonema stage, and the other is the leafy stage, protonema. Now what will happen first, when the spore germinates, you will see some filamentous like structures, okay, like this, okay, mesh like structure will be there, and after that what will have, we will have the leafy stage, in which these small leaf like structures will be formed, which are not leaf actually, and then from where this plant body will arise, okay. So this you have to keep in mind, that when we talk about liverworts, gemme are specialized cups or gemme cup, asexual buds which will help in asexual reproduction. Rhizoids will be there, thallus-like structure is there, and the archigoniophore or anthridiophore will be present. And when we talk about mosses, two particular stages will be seen, that is the protonema stage. When the spore germinates, a mesh-like filamentous creepy branch structure will be formed, and after that leaves will arise, and from there the sporophytic stage will be seen here, okay. So this is all about bryophytes. Other things I will mention, the main points I will mention in the slides, okay. I have also put slides, okay, and given the main points there. So this is only the basic, and the main important points are also given in the slides, okay. These are also used, okay, when we talk about the usage of these bryophytes, these serve as the pioneer for the succession, okay. This you will learn in further classes. Now this is the food for herbaceous plant, that is a common sense. And sphagnum, a moss, provide peat, okay, PEAT, peat, which is used as a fuel, okay, which is used as a fuel, and it is also used for transshipment of various products, as it is having a very good water holding capacity, okay. So this can be the basic. So now we're going to take some basic characteristics of the division Bryophyta. We have already discussed the basis or the basic concepts of Bryophyta. Now some important points I've listed in this slides, okay. So pay attention. Mostly they are terrestrial plants depending on water for external fertilization and completion of life cycle. That's why they are called amphibians of plant kingdom, okay. Now this includes 960 genera and 24,000 species, okay. The first point is that they are mostly terrestrial, but for fertilization there is requirement of water, so they are called amphibians, that is they are living in land and water both. Third point, grow in shady and moist places. You will find them in moist walls, damp rocks, etc. They show either thalloid or leafy plant body, okay. Either you will find the thallus structure as we have seen in the Mercantia, or you will find a leafy body as in the moss, that is Funaria. True roots are absent, but root-like structures, that are rhizoids, are present. Rhizoids are root-like structure, so they'll do the function which is done by roots. So that is absorption of water and minerals, and they help in the fixation of thallus to the substratum. This point we have already discussed, that these rhizoids are hair-like structures, and they will help in the attachment of the thallus or the leafy structure with the substratum, okay, with the rock or anything on which this bryophyte is present. Now vascular tissues are completely absent in bryophytes. However, a conducting strand of a few thick walled cells is present in mosses. Bryophytes show heteromorphic alternation of generation. This we'll discuss later. We have seen two phases in this, that is the gametophytic phase and the sporophytic phase. The gametophytic phase is green and it's dominant, independent and haploid, and the sporophyte phase or sporophytic stage is non-green, recessive, and it is dependent on the gametophytic stage and it's diploid. Vegetative reproduction occurs by special structures and called tubers and gemme. Gemme ka we have already seen.
Asexual reproduction is by spore formation, and sexual reproduction is by the formation and fusion of gametes. Bryophytes can be divided into two groups, that is liverworts and mosses. This is the diagram of Funaria, in which here you can see the here you can see the upper region. This is the sporophytic stage, and this is the gametophytic stage. Okay, so these are the rhizoids which help in the absorption and absorption of minerals and water, and this sporophytic phase is dependent on the gametophytic for its survival. So the gametophytic stage is the main stage, or you can call that it is independent, while the sporophyte is dependent on the gametophyte. Okay, here you can see the C here. Gamete of the moss are seen. You can see the structure of the gamete. Okay, you will see here many structures, and when this is removed from the thallus, it will now grow as the whole bryophyte. And these are the asexual buds we talk about, that are the tubers, which also help in the asexual reproduction. Okay, so gamete and tubers will help in the asexual reproduction. Now the first division, division in bryophyte is the liverworts. Liverworts, they are the lower members of Bryophyta and having a prostrate plant body. As we have seen in Mercantia, it is thallus-like structure. They are found in moist and shady places. Thallus is dorsiventral. Okay, dorsal and ventral, it will be flat. It will be prostrate and with unicellular rhizoids. Some of them have stem-like axis and also have leaf-like appendages. Now, vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation or the formation of gamete. Each gamete develops into young plant on separation. Sexual reproduction is by the formation of male and female sex organs on the same or different plants. Okay, the male sex organ will be the anthrozoids and the female will be the egg. Okay, and there will be the fusion of these and the zygote will form, and zygote after meiosis will be there will be formation of haploid spores, which will now give rise to the haploid plant body, that is the gametophytic phase of the bryophyte. Now in liverworts, after fertilization, a sporophyte diploid is formed which contains haploid spores produced by meiosis. This I have already told you. This haploid spores on germination will produce haploid young plants called as gametophytes. Example are Riccia, or you can call it Riccia or Mercantia. Mercantia we have seen, this was the thallus-like structure. Okay, and here you saw the archigoniophore or anthidiophore, the flower-like structure, and here there was presence of the gamete cup and rhizoids. Okay, so this is the thallus-like structure. See, you can see here Riccia and Mercantia, it is the thallus-like structure, and you can also see the gamete cup. See, here the small cup-like structures which you can see they are arranged on plate. Okay, these are nothing but the gamete cup, and this is also Riccia. Okay. Now mosses, higher members of Bryophyta, which have an erect plant body. Okay, as we have seen in Funaria, the gametophyte phase has two stages, that is the protonema and the leafy stage. The protonema stage is the juvenile gametophyte, which will be prostrate, green, branch and filamentous. Okay, it bears many buds and leafy stages produced from each bud. Hence, protonema helps in vegetative propagation. Now, second one is the leafy stage. It has an erect, slender main axis and a branch bearing spiral leaf-like structures. It is fixed in soil by multicellular rhizoids. The protonema stage will be like this, in which buds will be present like this, and from one of these buds like structure, the leafy stage will arise. So, this will be the sporophyte. Okay. This will be the sporophyte, and here you have seen the leaf were present, and this was the rhizoids. Okay, So this was the sporophytic stage, and this was the gametophytic stage. Okay, so in gametophytic phase, okay, two stages are present, that is the protonema and the leafy stage. During sexual reproduction, Antheridia and Archegonia are produced or as sex organs in clusters at the tip of the main axis. The clusters of sex organs are hidden by a whorl of leafy appendages. The zygote which will be formed by fusion of male and female gamete will give rise to well developed sporophyte with foot, setae and capsule. Okay, three structures will be present. The upper one was the capsule, then it was the setae and the foot. Haploid spores formed by meiosis are released by dehiscence of the capsule. Example is Furnarian polytrichum. Here you can see the male and female parts of these bryophytes. See, these are the flower looking structure. So when we see here, this is the archegonium with egg will be present here, and this is antheridium. Okay, and this will produce what? Anthrozoids. Okay, and these anthrozoids will be biflagellated, and they will reach the egg and they will fuse with it and produce diploid zygote. Now this diploid zygote will undergo what? Reduction division, because the main plant body is haploid, so it will produce haploid spores after reduction, and now these spores will germinate again to form the entire structure. Okay, you can see the three structures here. Okay, we talked about this is the capsule, this is the capsule, this is the setae, and this you can call the foot. So capsule, setae and foot. Okay, this one will call the foot. Okay, so this is the main structure of the sporophyte. Now here you will see that this is the gametophytic stage, this one, in which leaf-like structure present. So it will do photosynthesis, and all the food which will be produced by these structure will be available to the sporophyte. So sporophyte will be dependent on the gametophyte, and gametophyte will be independent, and it will be the main plant body, and the whole plant will be haploid. Okay, only this sporophytic stage will be the diploid stage, and after that, after the formation of zygote, it will undergo meiosis and it will produce haploid spores. Okay, so this is all about bryophytes.